So yesterday I talked about the announcement of the Django Zorro crossover movie finally coming into production. Hopefully we get a director announcement soon and what have you. But it kind of got me thinking. It kind of got me thinking about, like, what other movie could we do that's just a full-on crossover movie? It's not like we haven't had those before. I mean, Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator, Avengers, um, all of those. So my thought process is maybe Universal, since we've had this on again, off again with the Universal monsters, just, how about we just do Frankenstein meets the Wolfman again? Oh, but there's no build-up. There's nothing there. Just do it. Like, just make a Frankenstein, instead of call it Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, make it Frankenstein versus the Wolfman. Now, this could, like, you could go the Renfield route, where basically it's kind of a pseudo-sequel to the original Dracula film, but don't make it a comedy. Basically, make it a horror film in the vein of, like, Freddy versus Jason or Alien versus Predator. Just make it better. Not to say, okay, Freddy versus Jason is bad, but, like, it's fun bad. Okay? Make it like the Universal having their chance to do a King Kong versus Godzilla movie. I mean, you basically made the first crossover film, Universal Studios, with that film. And, yeah, crossovers are all the rage, rather than just do a cinematic... And hell, if you really want to, make this the start of your dark universe that you've been trying so hard to make. Like, just go ahead, make it like, hey, start with a crossover film right out the gate. I mean, it didn't work well for DC, the first DC universe, but I would say make it kind of a sequel to the original Frankenstein and Wolfman movie, or something in that vein, and just go nuts. Like, I really do think you can just go ham, have fun, and whatever. That's my thought process. That's just my whole thought on it, is that we just do it. Now, how would you do this movie? Well, I think if we were to do just a new Frankenstein or Frankenstein versus the Wolfman, I think the best way to go about it is, we already know Frankenstein's monster. We already know who the Wolfman is. We've done that. It's gotten to the point now where we don't really need an origin story. And like I said, you can make it almost like a sequel to the original films. I would just say, kind of follow the original film, where we have Talbot resurrected by moonlight after some grave robbers. Like, bring the Wolfman back. He comes back to life, finds the Frankenstein monster. But here's the twist. Here's what I would do. Basically, Talbot is searching for a cure, and he's looking for Dr. Frankenstein. Well, his search leads him to the Frankenstein monster, who is like, dude, no. You don't, like, first off, he's dead, and also, all that man would have done for you is just make it worse. Or alternatively, you find someone who worked with Victor Frankenstein or Henry Frankenstein. You can change it around. You can make, like I said, we're going with if we're doing like a pseudo sequel to the original film, then we could have it be that it was an associate or a student of Henry Frankenstein, or even a blood relative who's trying to research their work, and Larry Talbot comes to them seeking a cure for lycanthropy, and they basically even would have, you can do in this other sketch where it's like the monster has already been found, but they just can't find a way to revive them. Like, the body's so deteriorated after the events of Bride of Frankenstein that it essentially is like, we can't like, this relative or associate can't bring back the monster as is. Like, lightning's just not cutting it. But they basically manipulate Talbot in this with believing, hey, whatever power you got, anybody can transfer it into the monster. So things go awry obviously, and we get Frankenstein fighting the monster fighting the Wolfman. I think that would be kind of fun. Like I said, I think Universal like should just do a monster rally. Like there like continuity by the point of like House of Dracula and House of Frankenstein weren't there. And Van Helsing was kind of a monster rally. Like we literally had all the monsters save the mummy and the phantom and the creature all there. So I kind of feel like we could just do like Universal could just do a Frankenstein meets the Wolfman remake, and I don't think anyone would care about what continuity or whatever. It's just let's just have two monster like make it like it. This will never happen. Sadly, this will never happen because box office don't the box offices have proven to beat this down. Is that set it 1900 set it in like I don't know the like late 1800s. We're just on the cusp of World War One. Something like high gothic horror. And again, we did that with with the Wolfman. We've done that kind of with Van Helsing, and we did that with the Last Voyage of the Demeter. I know, they just don't sell well, but I think if you just get the right, like, I just want a gothic horror movie again. I know we're gonna get to that era with like Frankenstein and Nosferatu. We're getting it right. So just get the right people. I'm not saying like get Robert Eggers or something like that. Just get the right people behind it, and Universal, stop putting your dick in it once it starts going. That's all I'm asking. I don't know what this video's about. Just, I don't know. It just got me thinking. After hearing the Django Zorro news of that script being revived and made into a full movie, it just made me think of this. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this video. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below what do you guys think. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.